Connected teaching and learning using digital tools. This fourth video is going to show a fairly simple trick of using screenshots using your PC and or Chromebook if you'd like there. So what I wanted to make sure that teachers are aware of is that they have access to be able to manipulate some of the digital material that they've created or their students have shared and created in class. So what I'm after here, I would like the discussion to be around a student either error or a student success. So in this case, I chose an error because it was an interesting point that I wanted students to, in my class, to debate and consider. I used this actually last year in fourth grade. And looking at some of that work there, I could see how this would easily be applied elsewhere. So here's the gist. I deleted the original student's name here. This is some student work that was turned in, and the information was given here. The student did the work here. You can see how the original question was here. The student shared his or her thinking in this part, and the student shared his or her mathematical work on the marker board that he or she did. Now, I want to get that so it's in Google Classroom and it shows up as a discussion. So that shows up as an image. So to do this, I first have the document. I move so that I have the best possible image to capture. And I'm going to look for what's called Snipping Tool. So you can see my mouse has moved to the bottom of the screen here into the taskbar. I have already pinned this program called Snipping Tool. Every PC, I believe with Windows 7 on up, has Snipping Tool available. You can find it by going to the Start menu. So I'll show you how to get Snipping Tool. Start menu on the bottom left. That search box, type snipping. And you'll see the first choice that comes up. Now I'm using my mouse with a right click, R for right. One of the choices would be pin to taskbar. I've already done that, so it says unpin. So choosing to pin to taskbar means that you have Snipping Tool available right here. So you can see, I'll just start it up again. Snipping Tool starts up. It grays out the screen and it gives you this crosshair. You can choose to have the rectangular snip, freeform, window, full screen. I choose the rectangular almost always just because I want partial captures. So I choose rectangular. I got my crosshairs. I click, left click and hold. I'm going to pull down and to the right. And then when I release, it pulls up in a separate program, right? That separate program there, the image that I have. So I'm going to save that image to my desktop as super important something. I would name it better. I'm naming it oddball stuff now, so I know what to delete later. From here, I'm done with my student document. I can now go to Google Classroom, and I would go to Add, Create Question, because I had identified an instance for us to debate about, and I'm going to use an image to support. So, do you agree? I often choose on these for my PDs. I undo the dates and times because I will reuse many of these materials, and having a late to show up for anybody always freaks people out. On this part, you can see how it says students can reply to each other, students can edit answer. I really like to start with, first of all, no replies, no editing, just to build up the community of I get the response so they know what's going on. Then I add in later, another time, adding in the reply so they can work to their thinking and see their thinking give compliments, give suggestions, and help each other out. From there, the last thing I do, edit their answer, because in the end, the goal isn't to, aha, gotcha, you're wrong. It's more to help the students see the correct thinking or a correct path, not the. So from there, that's the progression I use here. Now, a moment ago, I had mentioned that I was going to attach an image. That image is on my computer, so I'm going to use the paperclip icon to find something on my particular computer and look for that desktop item, which was something important a moment ago. And voila, upload. And that will be one of the options for my students to be able to, do you agree, and respond to. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this and show the original part. You can see that same sort of idea. I chose to have replies and edits with it. I could support it with a video. I could support it with links that lead us elsewhere. I could support it with Google Drive materials. With that in mind, having the idea of this work, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing, having the idea of the work here. So you can see how I was able to do that screenshot using Snipping Tool and then adding that into the question. Some of you may be thinking, is there a way to capture on Google Chromebooks? And the answer is yes. Right here, you can see the keyboard shortcuts. So you're going to push Control and this multiple screen key that's in the middle, kind of like where an F5 or F6 would be on the Google Chromebook. Or if you do Control Shift and the multiple screen key, it allows you to have the crosshairs to be able to take partial. All right. So the magic revealed on how to add that question that's supported with images from student work.